Let's take it way back. 6 foes in Cadillac. What happened to the real love we sharing the days?
But 1995 was a pivotal year for me, man. That was the year I got expelled from my second high school. For real. We're going to talk about that on later episodes to take it way back. Why I got expelled from so many different schools. We was some badass kids, that's what. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think y'all generation bad? Fool, we was bad as hell back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They made a whole video game about our generation. Y'all think that video game, Grand Theft Auto, was about y'all generation? Nah. That's about the killer 90s, about the 80s, man. For real. 80s and the 90s. 80s and the 90s, babies. That's about us, y'all. For real. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Go play that video game, man. It's like we in a movie or something, man. For real. Man, they didn't put our lives in a damn video game. That's crazy. For real. It was a pivotal time for me. I just got kicked out of one of my favorite schools, you know what I'm saying, for fighting. For beating up a skinhead. We'll talk about that on another episode to take it way back. For real, man. I want to be like my big bro, man. My big bro, man, I'm not going to put him out there too much like that, but, you know what I'm saying, he was a rebel, man, you know what I'm saying, from respective neighborhoods. I want to be just like him. You know what I'm saying? He was a Damu. I wanted to be a Damu too. But for a lot of us, man, being a member of a gang, man, we didn't choose that shit. It chose us. Basically, what I mean by that, you basically was gonna be from whatever side of the tracks, whatever side of Alondra or Compton, whatever you was from. That's what side you was gonna. That's where you gonna be from. You know what I'm saying? My moms and pops happened to move on a certain area, so that's where we was gonna be from. And that's exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? We had relatives from all over, from different places, and that's exactly where they'll be from. You know what I'm saying? You get the family reunion, they'll be your straight enemigos and shit, but you know what I'm saying? But y'all family. And we finna go over here and play for a little bit. Y'all over here just playing, right? Yeah, we over here just playing. We over there slap boxing, fighting, doing everything, carrying on. We don't get along worth shit. But you know what I'm saying? When moms and pops and them come around, hey, this my cousin. That shit crazy, man. You can't get along with your own family members just because they from the other side of the tracks. But that's exactly how it used to be in a real way. But yeah, this was 1995, man. This is a pivotal time, man, because like I said, this was before Deathrow was even a thing. From where I was sitting, man, Deathrow was only privileged to the Keyway side, to the Crip side. You know what I mean? Go look back at those videos.
Switches, bitches, relax while I get my proper swerve on.
Man, they was Crips, man. Those wasn't Damus. You know what I'm saying? The Damus didn't really get involved in a lot of that music business, you know, the Deathrow shit until around 1996, man. I think a little bit before 1996, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure exactly when Don't Make Dollars was shot, but that's what I remember. The first time, you know what I'm saying, we knew anything about Deathrow. You know what I'm saying? As far as Deathrow being involved with the Damus, man, that shit kind of hit fast, man. That shit happened so fast. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know what happened. For real. You know what I'm saying? If I would have known what was going on during that time, I would have been trying to pick up a microphone and been trying to rap, man, instead of being out there trying to be a young street punk. You know what I'm saying? For real. Man, my childhood was pretty awesome. Stay tuned on later episodes. I'm gonna talk about, you know what I'm saying, how I used to pretty much see Suge Knight in the same car every day. You know what I'm saying? Before the Vegas shooting, you know what I'm saying, the car didn't look like that when I seen it last. In a real way. You know what I'm saying? Man, my childhood was pretty awesome, man. I didn't even know it until years later. Real. Yeah, those were some crazy times, man. We used to be listening to Bang on Wax, back to front to back. That's in every respective neighborhood, man. Just think about that. You know, that's what the youth of those times was listening to. And all that hatred towards each other over color. You know what I'm saying? That's what we was listening to. We was envying that stuff, man. And trying to go out there and emulate that in the streets. You know what I'm saying? It was cold back then, even in high school, man. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't even ride the bus without somebody gangbanging on your ass, for real. You couldn't even go to the store without somebody trying to, you know what I'm saying? You always had to watch your back, your colors, all that shit. You had to be on your P's and Q's in a real way back then. But like I said, man, and for a lot of us, man, it's amazing that we made it out of all that. There's a lot of bullshit going on, for real. But yeah, I remember when Bangin' on Wax came out, man. It was doing 1996, August 1996 is when it, the greatest hits compilation came out. Saying one of my favorite songs on that joint is Power Root Love. Saying basically, you listen to that song to tell you everything you need to know about what was going on during that time. On the east side of Compton, or Compton period. Basically, it was different times during that time, man. A lot of different people was I guess you could say, together, man. It was a lot more togetherness back then. People communicated a lot better. People had functions and shit. We was able to, sit down and talk, do a lot of other things, man. Shit just changed after a while. But like I said, man, you got to be there to know it, man. Those were some good times in 1995. And I don't care what hood you was from. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. We lost a lot of good soldiers, a lot of good people. Everybody respected different hoods, but those were some good times. For real. But yeah, a lot of times, man, I would not want to walk to school. Especially in them hard-ass karate shoes we used to be wearing all the time. Remember them corduroy karate shoes? You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be house shoes. You wearing them to school, slipping and sliding everywhere. You couldn't fight in them things. For real. But I love the shit out of them corduroy house shoes, man. I used to wear them bitches, walk all the way to school in them and everything. For real. Walk all the way to the liquor store on the way to school. But that's another story. We'll talk about that a little later, man. For real. It was some different times back then, in a real way. But yeah, a lot of times, man, I would get picked up by certain individuals, man, certain people. That you hear on a lot of different songs back then. And that's how I ran into these people. I knew these people firsthand. For a lot of people, those were merely just songs, but for a lot of us, that was real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm running into the Herons and the Bunchies. Those are the people that would see a lot of little homies walking or something, give us a ride to school. For real. You know what I'm saying? A couple of my first times riding a lowrider, man, was on the way to high school. In a real way, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see your little homie slipping. Just the route on the way to high school, man, is a treacherous route. And you have to know what I'm talking about. You have to know the area. It's just during that time you didn't want to get caught on the bridge. And the way the school was made up, sometimes the back gate would be locked. You had to hop the gate. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I didn't want to tear my clothes or something, trying to hop that damn gate. You know what I'm saying? They wanted you to walk all the way around to the front. And it was real dangerous over there in that area. Especially if you was from the opposite side of the tracks. And being the school that I was going to, it wasn't a Damu school, and I was, of course, a Damu. Shit was real dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for a lot of the homies used to give us rides to school. It wasn't like we wasn't able to, go there anyway without getting rides, but you know what I mean. You had different respective neighborhoods over there. There was all vying for that area. A lot of different people, a lot of hotheads. You know what happens when you have a lot of hotheads in one small little confined space? Man, it's gonna reach its boiling point. Shit gonna boil over. It's gonna be some problems. That's what it was back then. A lot of problems. So just imagine that in 1995, before Tupac was even a thing on Deathrow, all this stuff is happening, transpiring in Compton. All this gangbang activity that's been happening for all these years. It's about to boil over, man, in a real way. And now, the circumstances changed a lot more, I think. You know what I'm saying? With people bringing the rap Hollywood culture in, you know what I'm saying, into Compton. That nobody was ready for that shit. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was ready for that shit. For real, you see what happened. In a real way, man. A lot of people think that just because you get money that your problems is gonna change, man. You know what I'm saying? That couldn't be further from the truth, man. It could escalate a lot worse. Depends on your character and the type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? That's how your life gonna be, with or without money. Facts. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying I was involved with none of that Deathrow shit. I wasn't involved with none of that ruthless shit. I wasn't involved with none of that. I can only really talk about what life was like from where I was sitting, from what I seen. You know what I'm saying? And I was smack dab in the middle of it, didn't even know it. You feel what I'm saying? How was I supposed to know that any of this stuff was gonna happen? For real. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode of Let's Take
It way back. 6